Hey guys, it's Briley from the Don't You Worry podcast, and I am so excited for today's episode. I got to interview my friend and huddle leader, Brooke, from my FCA camp, and this is going to be a great conversation, but I just wanted to go ahead and give you a little bit of a warning. We are going to talk about some deep topics, so I know we have a really wide range of people that watch the podcast and listen, so if you are younger parents, I just wanted to let you know there are a few things in this episode that you might want to check out before your kids listen to it, but if you guys are ready, let's jump right in. Welcome to the Don't You Worry podcast. We're your hosts, Briley and Britton Caldwell, and we're here to say, don't you worry, through stories, encouragement, and joy. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's conversation. Hey guys, welcome back to the Don't You Worry podcast. It's your favorite host, Briley Caldwell. And I'm not with my sister today, but I get to interview and talk to one of my friends and my leader from FCA Camp, Brooke. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, I'm Brooke. I just actually graduated with a master's in biology from Union University. Let's see, what else should you know about me? 25 years old. I guess that's a good intro.
Yes, that was good. That was good. You were so much fun at FCA Camp. Listen, guys, she's a beast when it comes to like all kind of athletic competitions. So every single game we did, like even if our group wasn't that good, they would do like leaders next, and you always won for our team. So I was like, oh, Brooke's got this.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. I was like, Brooke is perfect leader, and not only was she super fun, but you were so encouraging to our whole group and so sweet to be with. So I had a great time at camp, and I know our whole group had a great time with you.
Well, thank you. That means so much. I have two little sisters, and so I literally just take like the camp counselor role as like a big sister role instead of like I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in charge. I feel like I'm just there.
Yes.
Guys helping.
Yeah, well, you did a great job with it. What have you been up to since I saw you last at camp?
So I worked another camp. A few days in between that last one. Worked in a camp. And then I actually got my application submitted to PA school.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yes, I'm so glad it's done. It was a long process.
Yes.
It was a long process, but it's done. It's in the Lord's hands. I can, on to the next thing. And I'm actually going to work another camp.
Wow.
Next week.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's back to back.
Yeah, it's outdoors camp.
So okay.
I'm going to have to go buy a lot of bug spray.
Yes, for sure.
Sunscreen.
Do you have anything else planned for the rest of the summer?
I'm supposed to go to the beach whenever.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And then one of my friends is getting married, so going to her wedding. And then actually this weekend, me and my family are supposed to go to this like jury experience. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Okay, it's where you're like a mock jury.
Oh, okay.
And they're having like a case or whatever, and you get to decide. It's because my sister's into law and stuff. So.
Yeah, I have some friends into law, so they probably love that.
Yeah, apparently it's in multiple cities. Like I know there's one in Birmingham here, and we're going to the one in Atlanta.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, that's so fun. Okay, I wanted to ask you, so what made you decide to be a camp leader? Because I know you've been doing it for a few years now, and obviously multiple different camps. So what made you decide that?
Okay, my FCA leader in Chattanooga at UTC, I was going to FCA before I became a Christian because they offered free food.
Yes, of course.
So, of course I went. And when I became a Christian, I went to college advance. And it's just like, it's like FCA camp, but like less people because it's college. So, okay. And after I went to that camp and I shared my testimony for the first time with my UTC FCA leader, she was like, oh, like you should work these camps and like you should share your testimony at school. And I was like, So I prayed about it, couldn't get it out of my head, did it, felt so much relief after I actually shared it. And yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Mhm.
I loved hearing your story at camp. It was so beautiful. And you shared it with our group first, like our little camp group. And then the next day you were like, all right, they asked me to go on stage. So then all of us were like, oh, yay, Brooke gets to share on stage tonight. But we got to hear it first. So we felt extra special.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, so I started, I mean, you looked like literally perfect to me on the outside. When I got to camp, I was like, she's like the perfect Christian girl, like has it all together.
Oh, wow.
Like I really thought that. I was like, wow, you have it all together, like you know what you're doing. And then after you like told us things, I was like, oh wow, she's actually been through a lot to like get you to where you're at today and where you're so strong. So I just wanted to kind of hear different stages of your life because obviously we talked a little bit about your story at camp, but I want to start around like middle school time because that's when I think I started struggling with things like my grandfather passed away, so I dealt with a lot of grief then, and then I had like some different seasons of anxiety and a lot of comparison, things like that started to come into play with like mean girls at school and stuff like that. So I wanted to start like middle school. What was your experience like?
Okay, middle school. I have to get myself back into that.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I remember middle school. What was I doing? I was playing basketball. I wasn't super into boys yet, but I like started to notice them, or I guess they started to notice me, like whichever one that was. I don't feel like I was never really walking with the Lord. I was like going to church. And so I definitely was struggling with lust at that time still, because that is something that like I can't remember the starting point for. I remember how I got introduced to it, which was like a book. It was like a book of like anatomy. And I was like, I remember being on the toilet and like feeling around down there, and I was like, interesting. Like I didn't know what I was doing. And now I remember 7th grade science class was when we had the sex talk. And I had never had that with my parents. And so I was asking questions because I didn't know. And somebody ended up showing me some porn. And that really ramped up the my struggle with lust, masturbation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of shame for me. I don't know if I started talking to guys until I was about to go to high school, but we had this thing back in the day called a kick. I don't even know what that is, but
I don't.
So it's fine. Kick was basically like, I'm trying to think of something modern to compare it to. I don't know. It was basically just a messenger app. And if you like, it was almost like Snapchat. Like someone's like, oh, let me get your Snapchat. Yeah. They're like, oh, let me get your Kick.
Okay.
But because it's literally just text though. But it's not like your number.
Right.
So it would be like, anyways, yeah. So I started doing that late middle school and just messaging all these guys and stuff, like really wanting to find love, like wanting a husband. And that's where I was, middle school. Not talking to the Lord.
Yeah.
Not talking to the Lord.
So were people around you like influencing that more, or was it almost like an isolated thing?
I feel like culture encouraged it. Like, of course, my parents are like, okay, wait until marriage. You need to be a virgin. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But like in my mind, I was like, okay, I got it. Virginity is intercourse and nothing else. And so everything else is still on the table. Like I want to find my husband so I can not feel the shame of doing this.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, rules and regulation equal God too. But people influencing it is like that age where like girls get all like boy crazy basically. And we start to find our identity in like our appearance and how we look and how a boy responds to how we look. I like took note of that. I hadn't fully embraced it until I got to high school, but I took note of it, and like the seed I guess was planted there.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like the things that you were doing didn't really feel like a sin almost. It just felt normal, or did you like know it was wrong?
I knew it was wrong because of how I felt afterwards.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
makes sense.
I didn't know it was wrong because no one had ever like specifically said like in church like this is wrong, like lusting, like these things are wrong. I just knew like you not having your virginity is bad. Your virginity is supposed to be for your husband. And that's what I believed and what I knew. But in terms of just like it was just a very shameful, like dark time. Something I kept really private, would never have told anybody about it. Really started being the crutch that I like needed to go to sleep. Like I felt like I couldn't go to sleep without it. And so I felt like I was trapped by it.
Yeah.
For so long.
Yeah. So how did that then influence like you transferring over to high school and like a little bit of a different stage of life? Obviously, I'm sure a lot happened in high school too. But how did it like the basis that you had in middle school, how did that then lead you to where you got in high school?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think it just set the stage for my actions in high school. So in high school I started dating. And my first boyfriend, we didn't kiss or anything. Like, I think we literally only saw each other at like basketball tournaments.
Yeah.
No, we did kiss. We kissed at a basketball tournament up in the bleachers. I remember. Just kidding. But I remember my big thing that I liked from relationships, which I don't know if I've ever told anybody this.
Really?
Big thing I liked from relationships was like dirty texting. Oh man, that's just dirty texting. And so that's where I felt as like, oh, like I feel loved. Like I was feeling loved from that.
Yeah.
Which equating like lust to love. Obviously fundamental issue there. This was freshman year.
Right.
Lust was equating to love. Dirty texting. We ended up breaking up. I don't know why. Still playing basketball. Basketball was like a outlet for like all my aggression that I had and like anger that I wouldn't, get in trouble for letting it out like that. But like every year I had a different boyfriend. So the next year I had a boyfriend that we started doing like stuff in the car. Ended up getting found out. The police.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, my parents. I remember getting picked up by my dad, silent ride, and they looked through my text messages, put my text messages on the TV screen.
Oh.
And it was so horrible because again, dirty texting. I was like,
right.
Oh, it was bad. And then my boyfriend at the time told everybody at the school that we had sex and we didn't. And so then that was really like hard. That was really hard for me because I had equated my virginity to relationship with God, to being good, to I am achieving in my Christian walk, even though like I'm really, in reality, I'm battling lust. Yeah. And then high school keeps going, still basketball. Basketball's ramping up, getting like offers and stuff. And I met another boyfriend that I dated junior, senior year, who was a Christian, but we were still doing stuff. But then the conviction was there for him. So I was like, oh, like maybe I'm supposed to feel convicted about these things. Um, but again, still not talking to God. Like, I did not talk to God my whole middle school, high school.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of acknowledged his presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Because
makes
I
sense.
didn't feel like he would want to know me, or that I would really want to know him, because I was like, he's a king with all these rules that I am not doing good at following. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So was that pretty much like all of your high school experience?
I had some teammates that like introduced me to like basically like bad music.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, especially with the team that I had, I felt like I had to like, it was a bit, okay, let me back up. Actually, I did struggle with this in middle school, and it just ramped up in high school too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mixed, black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have, my team was predominantly black, and I had friends that were white, like in school.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would be like, you have to pick one side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can either be a black mixed girl or a white mixed girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I'm just both. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And I felt like a lot of pressure to like choose to be a certain way, or to choose a certain side. Like, I had to act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that definitely affected me. It started in middle school, and it affected me in high school, because then it was like, okay, around my black friends, I have to act a certain way. And around my white friends, I have to act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't just be like me. Like, I wasn't strong enough to just be like, I'm just going to be myself.
Yeah. Which I've seen that a lot. I feel like with my friends or different people that I've been around growing up, like not even just with a race concept, but like 2 totally different friend groups, and like it's the same person but they act totally different depending on who they're around, or like who they're, I guess, trying to impress, which goes back to the fact that like you can't impress people. That's not what we're here for. Yeah. But what did all of that then lead you to? So first of all, how did you decide where you were going to college? Because I am struggling with that right now. Have no idea what I really want to do. I have like some ideas of I might want to go a couple different directions or a couple different majors, but I have no clue.
Well, I would say you're already ahead of me because you have the Lord and you're talking.
Okay, good.
I was not talking to the Lord. So I was choosing in between, because I got overwhelmed super fast. It was just a lot like coming at you at once. And I was just like, just a lot going on. And so in hindsight, I wish I would have gone somewhere else for the first year, but I mean, the Lord is perfect, and I wouldn't change my story. So, but I ended up choosing between this university in Florida, North Florida, and then University of Missouri, Kansas City. And I was choosing based on like school. Do they have what I want to do in school? Which I was like, oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a healthcare provider. That's what I want to do. So how is your healthcare thing? And basketball, because I knew that my coach was going to be like my boss.
Yeah.
And so I need to like make sure like you're not going to, be crazy.
Yes.
And so I was choosing between University of Missouri, Kansas City, and University of North Florida. And I ended up choosing UMKC. I don't know why. I ended up just like, oh yeah, this is where I'm supposed to go. I think I just.
Yeah.
That sounds so bad, but I don't know what that deciding like factor was.
Yeah.
For me, maybe I liked the city.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think like it's so confusing because they give you so many options now. So I'm like, okay, if you could actually just narrow it down, that might make it easier for me.
Yeah, I think, well, okay, because my last college I chose, going to Union, was actually I chose with the Lord. So
yes.
I would say that decision was way different. Like, I was praying the whole time. Like, I'm like, okay, God, like, give me peace. If this is a place for me, like, give me peace and show me that it's a place for me. And And he definitely did that. And I was like, okay, the Lord's signing off. I'm signing off. We're here. That was the best decision.
That's good. So you felt like really at peace with that decision?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. Like the transition for me was a little difficult, but like it was so good for me. I'm so glad that I went. I would do it again.
That's
And
good. That's good to know. So how did you said that you didn't know God in high school and then didn't know God going into college, but then at Union you did. So where was the big turning point?
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to say the turning point, or do you want me to say how we got to the turning point?
How you got to the turning point?
Okay. Okay. So go to college, and I'm still thinking like, oh, my virginity is for my husband, and it's my relationship with the Lord, basically. And I started going out with my friends to these little like kickbacks or whatever the boys basketball team would have on campus, and met a boyfriend, got a boyfriend basically. And so we started like doing everything else but intercourse. And I would stay the night with him after kickbacks regularly. And so this one night he like got really drunk and he raped me. And so then I just remember feeling like worthless and like so empty and like so dirty and just like horrible. I like sat outside the steps of his apartment, and he tried to apologize, but I don't know. I feel like you can't really apologize.
Yeah.
For that. And I told him before this happened, like I told him I do not want to have sex because of how I believed my virginity was. And so, but I sat outside on the steps and I told God, I was like, God, you don't love me because you allowed this to happen to me. So, and you knew that I struggled with lust, and it's not like I didn't want to do that. So like you let it happen anyways, and you don't love me. And so then I like left the steps, and my apartment's like across the street. And so I tried to walk across the street and step in front of a car because I don't know. I just felt like my whole like identity and like what I've been trying to like base my relationship on God with was just shattered. So I just felt so hopeless. And then went home, and I remember there was a bottle of vodka on the counter, and I drank some. I never drank before, but I drank some so I could like go to sleep. And then after that, I just like threw myself into basketball. Like I was always in the gym, and I started partying really heavily and like drinking really heavily. So like when I say really heavily, I mean like we would get off the bus, like say we played an away game, get off the bus at 2 a.m. and then we would go out.
Yeah.
And I would get like, I would be super drunk. Like I'm not just drinking to drink, I'm drinking to be super drunk. And even when we didn't go out, I would still like take a few shots before bed so I could like, I don't know, because I started having nightmares, and I felt like the nightmares were better when I was under the influence. So anyways, that continued for that whole year. And then I decided to transfer. Oh, and pause. And I started like just talking to guys and like say like I wanted to like do stuff with them. I was going to do that because I felt like I had been trying so hard to not do anything. And then now that I was like, oh, it can just be taken by anybody. So might as well do what I want with my body. And so that's what I did. And the whole year went by. And then I was like, I need to transfer. Like, I need to go somewhere because maybe if I leave this place, like, the pain will stay here.
Mm-hmm.
So I transferred to UTC, and surprise, surprise, the pain did not stay there. And continued with my same lifestyle, partying, drinking, have a boyfriend, do stuff with a boyfriend. Basically, it was almost like I was like shacking up. Like I was trying to have a husband, an illegal husband that wasn't approved by the Lord.
Yeah.
And so I was doing all of that. And then it got to the point where I was like blacked out, unresponsive a couple of times off alcohol. And I was just like, I need to change my tactics because this is going to like kill me. I need something else. So that's when I found weed. And when I tell you, I thought weed was like I thought it was the answer. Like I really did. I thought that because it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It like numbed me out. I'm feeling all, blissful and happy and stuff. And I'm also not going to overdose on it.
Right.
Like, unless you get something laced. But like, I was like, I'm not going to like kill myself like I will on alcohol. And so that started, I'm talking about multiple times a day, every day. I ended up getting a pen so then I could smoke anytime and there would be no smell. Always high. But the thing about like trying to medicate yourself with substances is that it's never enough. It will never be enough. You'll always have to go to another level because you're trying to do something. You're trying to fill the void that only God can fill with something else. Even if that was also like sex for me, like you can't, like just, it won't fill it. Okay. But anyways, so back to the story. Started smoking, wasn't enough. I didn't tell you all this. I actually started vaping, like just, which I was like, why do people do this? Like, it's not even doing anything. Like, I was like, this is like way less effective than weed, but it's so addicting. I think vaping was like the most addicting thing out of everything I did. Yes. Because when I stopped, it was like, I went through like withdrawals bad, worse than weed, worse than alcohol. Like, that was just a side note. Okay. Started vaping, still drinking. I'm still going out. I'm still drinking, but now I'm smoking and I'm vaping. I have the vape with me. So I'm doing all these things and I have a boyfriend that we're basically living together. And then keep going like that for a while. So this is over the course of like years, maybe like three or four, like years. And then surprise, surprise, it's not enough. And so I started doing shrooms. And that was where things got really dark. Shrooms are a psychedelic mushroom that basically make you like not hallucinate, but like they'll make you like you're tripping. That's what you're doing. All right. Anyways. So I'm doing that. I'm mixing everything together minus the vape because I think I stopped doing that at this point. So I'm mixing everything together and I'm doing this regularly with my friends. And it got super dark. Like it got dark in terms of like when I wasn't doing it, the Lord started like opening my eyes to like the reality of what was around me. Like some specific instances were there was this one time I was sleeping and I like heard this scratching on the roof of my room. And so I wake up and I'm like, what is going on? Try to go back to sleep, hear it again. And I'm just like, okay, I get scared. And so I knew enough to like put on worship music, turn the lights on, put on worship music, prayed. Went back to sleep. And then in the morning I got up and I like went up to the floor above me and I was like, you need to get your animal, get your dog, get your cat. They're scratching on the floor at night. And I don't have any animals. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have any animals? So I'm looking through, I literally looked through their apartment no animals, no signs of animals. I was just like scared,
Yeah.
scared.
Mhm.
And there was a couple of other instances where things happened similar to that nature. And then I was having like really bad dreams. I've always had dreams ever since I was a kid.
Mhm.
So that's not new to me, but like these were like really bad.
Mhm.
And I was just like, something is going on. Like, I need help. Clearly, I don't want, to die.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I need to go to church. And oh my gosh, my parents actually picked me out of this church. We went to the church and I wore gray leggings and a crop top. And I was like, if these church people tell me or look at me different or make me feel unwelcome or whatever, I will not come back. Like, I will not come back to this church. I will just be on my own.
Mhm.
And thank goodness those people at that church did not. Like, they welcomed me. They didn't look at me, crazy.
Mhm.
I sat the very back row away from the pastor, as far as I could get from the pastor. That's where I sat. So I was so uncomfortable. And I just listened. And then after the service, these two ladies were like, "We love you." And I was like, "What do you mean you love me? No, you don't. Like, you don't know me. You don't love me." And they were like, "Yeah, we love you. And like, you're loved." And I was like, "Okay." And they were like, "We want to take you out to eat after every Sunday." I was like, "Yeah,
Yes, free food.
free food." I was like, yeah, the Lord really knew. I was like, I'm gonna send her some people that offer her food. But
Yes.
no, like, when you get to college, you'll understand. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
college student, you offer them free food, they're probably gonna come.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna come, especially if it's good. And so, yeah, they offered to take me out after every Sunday, so that incentivized me to go to church.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, we were doing that, and that was such a blessing. I got to be open with them, like, about my lifestyle and stuff. And of
Mhm.
course, they weren't like, "Yeah, you're living great," but they weren't like, "You're a terrible person and you are destined for hell." Like,
Yeah.
no, they didn't do that. They didn't like condemn me, but they also didn't validate what I was doing. Um, and one of them was actually a counselor. And so I definitely needed that. Oh, and also
Mhm.
when my mom found out what happened, she tried to get me to go to counseling, and I was just like, no. And I was like, if you get me somebody that this has happened to, then I'll go to counseling.
Yeah.
As to this situation. And it was crazy because the lady from the church, this situation had happened to her.
That's
Like,
insane.
yeah, I know, her virginity got taken
Mhm.
by her being raped. And I was just like,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
that's insane. And also, like, I love what you said about how they weren't like judging you or anything, because that's such a good point for anybody who's like a really good Christian or who's like been in church or whatever that's trying to like, I guess, spread the gospel and trying to impact people. Like, it's not always you need to teach them a million things. Sometimes you just need to listen and
yeah,
hear what they're going through. And like, yeah, don't be like, oh, well, you're living great, but also like show them that you care enough to just hear where they're coming from, you know?
yeah. They definitely, I think leading with love is never like a bad
Yeah.
idea or a bad plan. And that's definitely what they did. They led with like the Lord's love. Um, I just think it's really important to remember. Like, I mean, it's easier, I guess, for me to remember because I literally know where I came from and I have pictures and it was bad.
Right.
But also, it's like none of us are good. Like, none of us could be good in the sight of the Lord. I've been reading the Old Testament.
Hmm.
Exodus is fire. That's all I want to say.
Yes.
Exodus is so fire, but it definitely has put a new perspective on like, this is what they had to do to be in the presence of the Lord. This
Hmm.
is all these steps that they had to do. And it just like, I don't know, it just reiterates for me like, I'm never going to be like good in his eyes. Like, I am sinful. That's just who I am. I
Hmm.
am I sin every day and don't know it and have to ask for forgiveness because I don't know my thoughts. If you think about something wrong, that's sin.
Right.
God is
Right.
holy. And so it's like, yeah, I mean, there's degrees of, okay, I'm very far away from God.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that, okay, that person is far from God, but that doesn't make me better than them.
Right.
Like it doesn't.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, where was I? I'm lost.
You
Okay,
had
wait.
just started going to lunch with them every week.
Yes, Briley. Yes. Just started going to lunch. Just started going to lunch. Okay. We were going to lunch. But their conversations, it didn't like, and me going to church, it did not like stop me from living my lifestyle. I'm still at the time, I have my boyfriend. We actually started going to church together, get home from church doing bad stuff. So it's like, right. Was that good? Was it bad? I don't know. Anyways, I'm still doing the same things. Mixing everything together. So one night I did what we usually do, mix everything together. And I met the Lord. He basically allowed me to, okay, let me see. Let me see what I want to say or what the Holy Spirit wants to say. Basically, there was this video on the TV and there was this girl in the video and it was this weird show that we used to watch whenever we were doing this, but she was like looking in the camera and I was like looking at her and I would look away, looked at it. She was back, like facing the camera like this. And I was like, that's weird. And so I did it like 3 separate times just like to test out, and it happened every single time. Like every time I looked back, she was like, and I was like, okay, let me just lock in. Like, cause at first I wasn't watching it and I was like, okay, let me just watch it. Like whatever. And so she's dancing in the water. And then she gets like pulled under. And when she's pulled under, I can't breathe. And I was like, what's going on? And so she comes up from the water, I can breathe again. And I was like, okay, like that's crazy. And so it happened a couple different times, like 3 different times, and same result. And I was just like, all right. And the last time she gets pulled under the water, I can't move and I can't breathe. So now only like I was sitting on the couch like this. I could only move like my eyes like this. And I was just like, all right, this is like crazy. And I was just, because I was trying to at first I was trying to rationalize in my head, like, oh no, like you're just tripping. Just take a deep breath. Like, but no, I was not. So I'm watching the show. I can't move, can't breathe. Only can move my eyes. And she's in the water and then these armies start coming around her. And like they start like killing her basically. They're like fighting her. And I'm still not able to breathe while she's under the water. And so she's under the water for a long time and I start like panicking. And I'm like, my friends are on this couch over here and my friend's boyfriend is on this couch right here. And so I am like looking around, like trying to get their attention because I'm like freaking out. And I finally make eye contact with her boyfriend. And I'm looking like this, like help, like I can't say anything, but like help me. And he just like looks at me and just looks away. Like he just looks away. And I was just like, at that point, I was like, well, there's nothing I could do.
Right.
So she's under the water still fighting. And I like feel myself like going, like I feel myself like everything's getting dark. It's getting cold. Like I feel myself like slipping away. And I'm just like, I physically can't do anything. I can't scream. I can't tell anybody. I'm just sitting here having to allow this to happen. And I didn't call out to God in that moment as I had in the past. Like when he was like revealing what was going on to me, I had always called out to God because I didn't know what else to do. But this time I didn't call out to God because I felt like he's given me enough warnings. He's given me enough chances. I deserve whatever happens to me. And so then I had a vision of my mom and my sisters getting this newsletter and it said, UTC women's basketball player dies in drug overdose. And it was me doing a layup. crazy. And they were like crying. They were crying over this newspaper. And I was just like, well, I guess that's it. Like, I knew this life I was living wasn't good. Mm-hmm. And so it just, again, like getting dark and cold. Like I knew I wasn't going to heaven. And so I was scared to see where I was going because I knew I wasn't going to heaven. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, bright light fills the room. Boom, like there and gone. Like it was literally like this. Yeah. And I was able to move, able to breathe. I was not slipping away anymore. And I just like got up and started yelling. I was like, turn it off, like turn the TV off. Yeah. They were like, what? Like, no. I was like, yes, turn it off. I was like, turn it off or I throw your TV out the window. Like, I was like, I'm not playing, like turn it off right now. And so they did. And I was like, I'm going home. Like, I'm going home. And they were like, Brooke, what's wrong? And I was like, you don't understand, like the life that we're living has a price. Mm-hmm. Like it has a price tag on it. And you're not going to understand the price tag or you're not going to take it seriously until it's time to pay. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going home. And it's crazy because these same friends that I had, I would say we still stay in touch kind of. It's just we're living different lifestyles, so it's kind of hard. Mm-hmm. But, still love there. I met up with them and had dinner this past year and a half. And I never told them what happened because they asked me a million times what happened. I never told them They just saw me change. Yeah. But I told them finally, like, what happened that night. And they were like, Brooke, the whole time you were saying that you were just sitting down looking at the TV, like you were crawling around on the floor. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I was crawling around on the floor. But there have been things that warned me of like stuff before that I had like, obviously like I started going to church because I was scared, not because I wanted to know God. I was scared. But yeah, that was wild. Yeah. So leave that apartment, get home. And that was the first time I actually opened my Bible trying to find truth. Mm-hmm. Side note, I think the intention that you have when you're opening your Bible or you're going to church or you're seeking God, like if your intention is to find truth or know God better, you're going to have a different experience. That was the thunder outside and it's raining. You're good. You're going to have a different experience than if you are checking off a checklist. Like if it's just something that you need to do to feel good about yourself for the day. And that's your intention behind reading it. Like it's going to be different than if you're just really trying to seek the face of God. Right. So I had read my Bible other times, but this time I literally opened it trying to find truth. Like I was like, okay, God, this was a lot for me. Like I'm kind of freaked out. And on shrooms, you can't go to sleep either. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't go to sleep anyways. So I was just like, okay, like, here we go. So I opened my Bible, went to Isaiah. Oh, well, I guess I don't. Dang, I don't got my Bible. Do you have your Bible? I don't. I don't have it on me. Okay, it's fine. No, it's important. Isaiah 43. Uh-huh. I guess, I wonder if I can get off the app. Can you still hear me if I get off? Yeah, I can still hear you. Okay, cool. Can you still see me? Yes, I can see you. Oh, sorry, I'm not like super tech. Okay, let me go to it. Isaiah 43. It's important to the story. And 43. There we go. Okay. But now, this is what the Lord says. He who created you, Jacob, he who formed you, Israel. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. When he said that, I said, pass through the waters. Yeah. What? And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I gave Egypt for your ransom, Cush and Serbia in your stead, since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you. I will give people in exchange for you, nations in exchange for your life. I was just like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yes. I broke down, started crying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Lord, it's crazy. I still have my first like journal entry because that was when I wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, Lord, I'm bad. I'm not a good person. Like, I'm a bad person. I see this. I know this. But like, if you would have me, like, if you want me, if you love me, like you just said you do, like, I'll give my life to you. Like,
Yeah.
it'll be yours. It won't be mine anymore. And um, just really had that moment was a really special moment for me. And then I after that, next day was church. So sat in my same seat. And I remember they made the altar call. And I had always felt this like little tug on my heart to go down, but I just like did not do that. And this day I did. Stood up, felt the tug, like walked down the steps because I was upstairs, like far away. So I walked down the steps, and I remember I got to the altar, and I just remember laying my like face on the second step.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just literally just collapsed and like cried everything out. And like these people came around me and started praying for me and stuff. And I was just like crying and crying and crying, and felt like I was down there for 10 minutes. And I like finished, got up, and there was only like nobody in the church. The worship band was still going, guess because I was down there, but nobody else was in the church. And I was like, what's going on? Like, and they're like, you've been down here for 2 hours. Like, you've been down here for 2 hours.
Oh.
That's insane. I felt so high. I felt like higher than I'd ever felt. Like, it was like a million bricks got lifted off of me, and like I was like happy for the first time in like years and years. And I was just like, I feel like high. Like, I literally told the people in the church, I said, I feel high. Like, what's going on? And they were like, oh, that's the Spirit of the Lord. And I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. I was like, I need to feel this every day. Every day I need to feel this. And so shortly after I got baptized, that was amazing. It was a great experience. The Lord's so good. And he was so gracious to walk me through, like, you know, that verse that's like, walk out your deliverance with fear and trembling.
Yes.
There was some things I was immediately delivered of, like my pain, the pain from me getting raped. He delivered me like on that altar.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things actually that I had to walk out with the Lord. So like me partying, like I still after that was like, oh, because I have all my friends, everything I've built is based on, you know, partying, sex, drugs.
Right.
That's what I built it on. So that's what's around me. So I had to like structurally change my whole life and like choose to be alone and with the Lord rather than be with the people that I loved.
Yeah.
That was really tough. But he like slowly took the taste out of my mouth for like, there was one time I specifically remember going out and with my friends, and I felt like out of place. Like, I'm not supposed to be there, but okay, I'm here. So I might as well like drink. Couldn't get drunk.
That's crazy.
Couldn't get drunk. I drank more than enough to feel something. And I knew it was God. I was like, oh, God is making sure. I know that he's God. And so it was just situations like that. My boyfriend got kicked off the football team and moved across the country. So I was just like, what is going on? My friends, a lot of them, only a couple of them I still have as friends. A lot of them I realized were never really my friends. They only liked me because of what I was doing. They didn't actually like me. So I lost my friends. I dyed my hair and it died.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to cut it to like
extra short.
Yes, it was down to here. It was a big thing for me. Skin started breaking out.
Yeah.
Like super, super bad. Like couldn't cover it with makeup. It was bad. It was literally like God took everything that I had made my identity and removed it.
Yeah.
And so I was left with him. I call it my stripping season. Anytime I like think about it, basketball was gone because we got a new coach. He did not like me. So that was it. Basketball, I was just there, not allowed to play. And so, yeah, it was a really tough season. But I look back fondly on that season because our foundation was built. And the Lord's foundation was built in that season. And he taught me about how to be open with my emotions before him. He taught me the power of his word and like verses and speaking them over yourself and looking at them every day, like having a verse that like you can hold on to, like seek first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness and all these things will be added to you. That was written everywhere because I needed it. So he taught me a lot of things in that season, brought me out of that season. And then I went into I guess I was in singleness in that season, but that wasn't my primary focus. And then it became like, okay, singleness, like putting God in my husband's spot, which may sound a little, but like, that's who I need to be getting my affection from.
Yeah.
Very different mindset for me. And so he trained me on that in a season. And teaching me there was another season where I had to learn how to rest while I'm working.
Yeah.
That was hard. But no, I literally feel like life with the Lord is so much better than my life without it. Like I would never trade. Like I would never, ever, ever trade like what I have now for what I had then.
Yeah. How do you think, like, overall, because you said that your identity was taken away from you, how did this entire crazy long story from your life all go, like, like all of these things that you've been through it all? How do you think, like, all of that with now having God's hand over it and having a true relationship with him, how does that shape, like, how you view yourself today and how your identity is today? Does that make sense?
Yes, I think I have your question. Let me see if I answer it correctly and then, or not correctly, but like answer what you, and then, okay. How does it shape me today? The thunder is going crazy right now. I feel like for me, the stripping was necessary. That stripping season was necessary because of everything that I'd invited into my life. But I also think it's necessary. A stripping season is necessary for everyone that builds their identity on something that's not Jesus and the Lord, which it's a temptation to do. You have so many, idols that are like, pick me, pick me. So I think it really taught me that the Lord is not Lord for you unless he's Lord of your life. That doesn't just mean like, oh, I run to him when I have a problem, or, oh, I read my Bible every day and I go to church, or, oh, like I follow all the rules and regulations. He's still not that. That's great. But like, my question is like, is he Lord? Like, is he Lord? Are you building your life on him? Is he on the throne of your heart? So I would say how I look at myself today is a servant. Like I want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. Like I know my position. I'm a servant to the Lord. And I have to be watchful of anything that could try to compete for his spot. Like I am not, like I have to totally be on guard for anything that could possibly like threaten to take him off the throne of my heart, or me to choose something else over him, and allowing him to examine my heart, examine my mind, show me, things that are, I may be putting in competition with you or anything like that. Say like, now I'm in a godly relationship.
Yeah.
So good. So blessed. Would not want it any other way. Like, praise God.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I feel like people think like, oh, when you get your kingdom spouse, kingdom husband, kingdom wife, whatever, things are just all gonna da-da-da-da. No. You're gonna be sanctified more. He's gonna tell you about yourself in a godly way. And you're not gonna be able to be mad about it because he's gonna be right.
Right.
But like with our relationship, even though like I love him so much and, he's a godly man and leading me towards God, I cannot put that relationship above God. Like I cannot start seeking him above seeking God, because now that becomes an idol. So just things like that. I think God really, from the start of our relationship, really reinforced like, I am God. I am all you need. You have a problem, come to me. Like, you are stressed about something, come to me. You need rest, come to me. I am the answer. The answer is A on the test all the time.
Yeah.
Come to me.
That's so good. I love the way that you put that into perspective of like, God is the only thing you can put first. Anything else will fail. Like, regardless of how sinful you think it is, or if you think it's okay to just do a little bit of this or a little bit of this, or yeah, like you said, your husband, not your husband, the guy you're with right now. Sorry. The guy that you're with right now, that's like more husband material than the past ones. But the one right now, like, even though he's a great godly man, you still have to put God even before him, which is why like that relationship works. But yeah, that's so good.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. I love the Lord. He's so good. I just wish like more people like knew how much he loves them and seeks them and desires them and like wants a relationship, a true relationship.
Yeah.
I wish that his heart was better understood, because I feel like when I talk to people about these things, everyone has like different ideas, or honestly different like traumas.
Yeah.
With, oh, this is what I think about God. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
Not him.
Yeah. You have to go to the truth.
But it's so hard, especially like because another lie that the enemy like really made me believe was that I had to clean myself. Like I was not able to come to Christ because look at you, like you're so like sinful, and look at the things you struggle with, and like he wouldn't want you. Like you can't be with a holy God.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, you're right. Like I am actually, like, people will be like, oh, I'm the worst sinner. I'm the worst sinner. I feel like everybody thinks they were the worst sinner. I feel like I was terrible. Like, I feel like I was not a good person whatsoever. My heart was not good. I didn't care about people, cared about myself. It was just not good.
Yeah.
But the fact that God told me he loved me in that state, like he loves you regardless of what your choices are, that doesn't change his love for you. Yeah. He only tries to make our lives better by bringing us closer to him, and choices we make will take us farther away from him. So like my choices had taken me far, 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 far away from God. But that didn't change how much he loved me. Like he still loved me.
Right.
Same way. And so once I realized that, I was like, oh my gosh, he loves me. He wants me like this. Like he wants me to come to him like this. God's like, yes, yes. Like you think you had the ability to clean yourself? No. Are you God? No. So yeah, that I wish people understood that more, but I'm glad.
It's so beautiful. Your story is so awesome. I loved getting to hear that again. I know we talked about it some at camp, but just like getting to hear it personally was really cool.
Oh, Thanks, Briley.
Yes. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Oh, you're welcome, Briley. Anything for you. You're so sweet. When I found out you had a podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, it so fits you.
Oh,
like, you're just such like a light. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's every time, like when we were in our little circle or whatever, and I was like look at all of you, like you are like, you are a light. Like, it's.
Thank you. That means a lot, especially coming from like a camp when I'm like super out of my comfort zone. I'm like, all right, I don't know most of these people, so I'm glad it came off that way.
No, I don't know. It was visible. Like I could see it. Like it was definitely light from you.
That's awesome. Well, thank you again for being on the podcast. That pretty much wraps up our conversation. So I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you for having me, and
of course.
Asking me and making me feel comfortable. You're asking all those questions, and you did a very good job, like making me feel like I could talk.
Good. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you back next week for another episode.